Hey, Buff Metal back with another video. What is going on, guys? Today, it is the 4th of July, so I figured I would make a video talking about war-themed metal, war-themed movies. I got one war-themed book, and then maybe I'll tell some war stories of my own, because if you didn't know this, Buff Metal dude, I am actually an Army vet. I did some time overseas. I was Army National Guard for 7 years. But I did one deployment and a bunch of activations. I got activated for those Summer of Love riots back when those happened some years back. And, that was crazy. But the better stories are from the Middle East, dude. I was over in Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, Kuwait. I was in, I think, like 6 or 7 different countries, man, in my time overseas. But regardless, man, I guess we'll just get right into it. So I thought this would be a fun little special episode to do for the 4th. And I don't think too much, about the military stuff these days. That was some years ago now. But I got some cool stories, some photos I'll bust out at the end of my own experience. But for now, let's talk about some war-themed media that I own, starting with, I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the channel. Let's go Speak English or Die, baby. Stormtroopers of Death, SOD. This is one of the funnest metal albums you'll ever hear, man. So Sergeant D is coming, and you're on his list. This is great stuff, dude. Here, Scott Ian from Anthrax and some other dudes teamed up. I guess they had some like extra studio time or something. And while they weren't recording Anthrax or whatever else it was, they made this album. Very cool, very funny. And this is one of those things, one of those albums, man, where I'm like, damn, how has no one done anything like this? You know what I like about Stormtroopers of Death, man, and Speak English or Die is like, and this is like a major thing. I noticed this with like Black Flag and stuff like that, dude. Back in the day, you know how they used to make protest songs? They would claim to be the bad guys, right? SOD, man, on this album, dude, it's obviously satire, but like, basically, they're like, speak English or die, you know what I mean? And the joke is that you can say something like that because it's satire, you don't have to be like, I'm the good guy. No tolerance for a racist, no tolerance. Like, I feel like a lot of these newer hardcore bands and stuff, it's all about like being the good guy. I like the good guys who pretend to be the bad guys, and that's kind of the deal with SOD, and I love this album, man. It's always been a classic. Ooh, look at that, spilling out the side. But anyways, very cool pressing, man. If you've never had the fortune to let this one rip, I highly recommend you go check it out, especially if you're like an Anthrax fan. I always thought Anthrax was underrated, and Scott Ian kills the guitar and everything on this. A lot of cool grooves and riffs, especially my favorite songs. I love the Milano Mosh, Speak English or Die, Pussy Whipped. Let's see, is there anything else? Don't Kill Yourself. Tons of good tracks on here. Next up, let's bring out another album. Now, this is not typically a war metal album, but it's war-themed for damn sure. I figured I'd bust them out and talk about these guys because obviously I love Peter Steele, man. Let's talk some Carnivore. Yeah, dude, I actually bought this press off Canyon Bickle, if you guys know that YouTube channel, some years back, but he was selling this, so I grabbed it off him. Cool pressing, man. I love this album. We got songs on here like Male Supremacy, where you really start hearing like some of that that typo sound coming through, you know what I mean? But songs like, I figured this was fitting with songs on here like Will You Fight World War III, World War III and 4, that's awesome. USA for USA, the demo that's on here is great. Armageddon. So many great tracks, dude, on this thing. I absolutely love it. But yeah, dude, if you never checked out Carnivore, oh, dude, you have to, especially if you're a typo fan. And even if you're not a typo fan, I suggest you check these out because, dude, they're really like, it's really good. Like, I guess it's considered crossover, but it's like, yeah, it's just like really good thrash done by, Pete Steele. And the interesting thing about this, and my favorite story behind it, is I guess after he was done in Carnivore, man, he was done with music. And he was like, the hell with it, man. I'm just going to become a cop. And as he started to do that, I guess one of the members of this band reached out to him and was like, if I recollect correctly, and was basically like, hey, man, you want to do one more project? That project ended up becoming Typo. And Peter Steele went on to be, the god that he is today, and not just some lost legend with these Carnivore albums. So, yeah, man, if you never checked out Carnivore, very good stuff. I highly recommend you go do so, and I think it's fitting for the 4th. So, yeah, man, Carnivore with Carnivore. I love the other album too. They made one more album, like Retaliation or something like that, and it's absolutely awesome as well. But next up, I'll give this one a quick shout out. But I never talk about comic books on this channel, but I figured this might be a good time too because it fits the theme. Dude, Punisher, baby, Punisher Max, here we go. Dude, I got the omnibus here, and especially what I wanted to talk about was what's the first story in here, Punisher Born. Dude, yeah, Punisher Born, dude, is like the Punisher's time in Vietnam. Dude, if you've never read this, man, I don't know if you can get Born on its own, but oh my God, is it so worth it, dude. This is absolutely killer stuff, dude. One of the darkest, grimmest stories you will ever read in all of literature. This is written by Garth Ennis, and basically it shows how the Punisher became the Punisher. And the visuals in here, like, check this out, man. When have you seen anything like this? Like, look at that. What's more war metal than that, dude? Look at these visuals you get, dude. It's just absolute pure, like, nihilistic war, kind of like horror, but then you get all the Garth. This is the omnibus, so then you get all the Garth Ennis Punisher run in here as well, or at least a good chunk of it, with that classic art. Look at that shit, dude. Just that badass 2000s looking art. And yeah, dude, these stories are grimy, gritty as hell. And it's some of my favorite, probably is my favorite of all the comic stuff I've ever read. So yeah, dude, that album cover, that omnibus cover there, dude, it's just so sick. So if you've never read the Punisher Max, which is just like their R-rated comics, from Marvel, this is some of the best, coolest stuff you'll ever read. I mean, there are so many great stories in here. Welcome Back, Frank, and stuff like that, where the Punisher just goes on, takes on, the cities filled with crime, and it's just gruesome, dude. It's just him mowing people down with M60s and shit. It's absolutely awesome. So yeah, dude, go check out Punisher Max by Garth Ennis. Let's talk about a couple of movies here while we're on the subject. We'll get into some of my favorite, dude. I was always partial to Vietnam movies, and so we'll start there too with my own war stories. They always say, the Afghan withdrawal, Kabul, dude, I was there. I was one of the last people out of Afghanistan, actually. Fun fact about Buff Metal, dude. They called it Saigon too, right? Because Vietnam, I guess, when they were leaving, Saigon was just also a disaster. It's never clean getting out of these wars. But regardless, man, Vietnam, probably my favorite. Not my favorite war. Like, when you say any war is your favorite, but dude, Buff Metal, dude. Even though I love the chaos and carnage of metal, I'm not a war supporter or anything like that, dude. I'm a I'm a peace-loving hippie nowadays, But dude, Apocalypse Now, dude, one of the best war films of all time, dude. If you've never seen this, holy shit, dude, just phenomenal, dude. It's like, it's a trip, dude, this movie. It's like very cinematic and kind of deep, and it's very thought-provoking about the meaning of war, why war happens, you know what I mean? In that scene where Colonel Kurtz is like, "You're an errand boy sent by grocery clerks," dude. I hate to say it's kind of true, man, but like, yeah, dude, the horror. This is one of the most horrifying, like, deep, guttural hitting movies that you'll ever watch, dude. It's just, it really does a good job at going to show the horrors of war, but also in a very, like, gorgeous and cinematic and deep way. I always loved this movie, man, watching it as a kid and stuff like that. I got the Blu-ray here, and it's phenomenal stuff, dude. So definitely go check out Apocalypse Now if you haven't. Another one of my favorites we got from the Vietnam type, Platoon, dude. This was always one of my favorites, especially growing up, because you got a bunch of soldiers in here smoking dope, you know what I mean? Like, it's got a really great premise that there are some people who are born and cut out for war and who just live for nothing more than to kill. You got the Sergeant Sergeant Barnes, yeah, and then you got Sergeant Elias, played by Willem Dafoe, and it's kind of like the good cop, bad cop thing, and basically, yeah, there's like a whole bunch of drama that goes down, but you get soldiers in here smoking hash and shit through shotguns. Johnny Depp's in here at some points, it's got a lot of cool cameos, a lot of famous people in it, but it's also just one of my favorite, deepest. I don't know why this movie's always just hit to me ever since I was a kid. It's always been one of my favorites. If you've never seen Platoon, my God, do yourself a favor, dude. This is one of the best war movies of all time. Yeah, so go check that out. Next up, I've talked about this movie before on the channel. It's just one of my favorite films of all time, Jacob's Ladder. I won't harp on this too much. Vietnam vet comes home and he's like plagued by LSD-induced or some kind of chemical drug-induced visions. Great stuff. I'm not going to beat the dead horse too much because, like I said, I made a full video on this. Go check it out if you haven't seen it already. And last up, come on, dude. Rambo, baby. First movie. I got the box set, all three here, but of the original three. If you've never seen Rambo, dude, first one, deep, hard-hitting movie, very sad, kind of depressing, sad movie. But the second one, then it just turns into total absurdity. There's this great scene where some dude's running away, I think Rambo goes back to Vietnam after like 10 years after it's over or something, or Cambodia or some shit in the second one. And they're like, we need you to go back in there. There might be, I forget if there's like POWs or something. Been a while since I watched it, but there's this great scene where one of the Vietnamese dudes or whatever is like running away, and Rambo's got a bow and arrow with a grenade on it, and he launches it, and the dude's like, and he blows up. Dude, it's just hilarious. There's so many scenes in this that are so goddamn over the top, dude. The Rambo series is awesome, and I haven't watched the third one, dude, since I was too young to remember it, so I'll have to spin that back sometime. But yeah, man, if you haven't seen Rambo, go check out Rambo, man. It's fucking awesome. Last album I wanted to give a shout out to, an actual war metal album, Blast from a Goat Christ. Dude, if you never checked out that album, I actually got it free in the mail years and years ago from a Nuclear Now order. It's funny, and I didn't know what it was, and I got it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I traded it or sold it for something, which is a bummer, because now I'm like, now I want that album, man. Why would you ever trade that? God damn it. But regardless, dude, yeah, go check out Blast from a Goat Christ. It's cool. It's got members from Blasphemy, Goat Penis, and I forget what the other band is. There's another band in there too, but really cool stuff that I don't hear people talk about too much. Now, as far as my own war stories, we'll start in Saudi Arabia, right? The first 5 months I was in country, in theater or whatever, I was in Saudi Arabia. I'll tell you a funny story about that. We had to rotate out doing bathroom duty, and I'll never forget this day, dude. You want to sum up my experience with the U.S. military? This was it. You have to go around, and mind you, there are sandstorms and stuff all the time, so I'm going around, and I'm cleaning out the fucking shitters. Now, these shitters, bro, overseas, you can't put the toilet paper in the toilet. You have to put it in a basket next to the toilet. So some unfortunate fools have to go around either once every day or whatever, whenever your rotation is for it, and you got to pick it up. And I'll never forget this time. I'm going around picking up fucking human stool, putting it in a trash bag, and the bag, like I said, it was like one of those real sandy, windy days, and the goddamn bag blew everywhere. so I'm outside, and there's shit flying around everywhere, and I'm like, dude, you just get nauseous. Mind you, dude, it's like 100 and something degrees. You know how gross that is? And you're walking through the desert picking up fucking shit, human too. Like, it just, that was Saudi Arabia, dude. That and just staring into the sand, dude, as it blows in your eyes. And after that, I ended up going off to Kuwait for a bit to do some training over there, where, dude, we did a 24-hour op, dude, slinging mortar rounds just into sand, into the desert, dude. And dudes were passing out in the mortar pits. I'll never forget that shit, man. It was absolutely miserable, dude. It was so hot. It was like 130 degrees. I think at the time we looked it up, and Kuwait was the hottest place on the planet. So now picture you're out there, you got your helmet on, your vest, all your gear. It's 130 fucking degrees. You've been up for 24 hours, dude. You're just sweating pure misery, and that was all training for Afghanistan. Like I said, I go to Kabul for the withdrawal. I'm over there. I think the highlight story is, there's a couple, but I'll just tell you one of the, I guess, pleasant ones. One of the ones that weren't actually depressing or anything like that was after those dudes got blown up. I'm sure you heard there were 13 soldiers, I believe, killed one of those days. I was there for that. And so I guess for the guys who survived, they needed blood, and your boy's typo negative. It's in my blood, dude. So shout out to Peter Steele again. But yeah, dude, since I had the right blood type that can be given to anyone, I had to go give blood for it. Now, mind you, I'd been up for a few days, So I go into the damn withdrawal tent, and mind you, dude, these army doctors and shit, they're just, dude, yeah, they kind of, I'm not saying they suck, but you know what I'm saying? They ain't, this ain't premium healthcare you're getting. So they hooked me up with the IV, and they had the damn biggest gauge. They stick it into my arm, dude. And I just remember being so tired already and stuff and having to go do this. And I get freaked out by blood and shit anyway. And I'm in there and they stick it in. It's, I forget what the biggest gauge is. I don't know if it's 14 gauge. I can't remember. But whatever the biggest gauge is, they put it in because they needed it fast, right? And they put it in and, dude, my shit just starts squirting out everywhere. And I'm looking at it, I start getting real faint, dude. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So, dude, I'm getting covered in my own blood. I end up passing out, dude. I just go unconscious and I come to, dude. They're like, damn, bro, like, well, you're useless to us. You got to get back to work. So my sorry ass goes back out, you know, on tower shifts. And that's what we were doing over there in Afghanistan. We were just standing guard. I was just yelling at people all the time to get away from the gate and stuff like, you know what I mean? So, but I'm standing there. I'll never forget it, dude. You want to talk about the you know, an all-time low was just being in that tower, ripping a cig, covered in my own blood, looking out into the field. Dude, been up for days and just thinking, God damn it, I want to go home. I want to go home so bad, you know, and thankfully I got to. So, yeah, man, that's it. A couple of war stories for you. There's some more in there. I can't remember much else. I ran a marathon once on the border of Syria. That was pretty cool. Maybe I'll tell that story sometime, but it was just more, I'm not a runner or nothing. It was just more as a FU to the Air Force who had the easy job. And I was like, me and my platoon, we were like, you know what, Air Force, we'll smoke you guys in a damn, in this marathon, which we did not. The Air Force, they'd been training for it and they crushed us, but you know, ran 26 miles through sand and then, you know, woke up the next day and went to work 6 hours later, you know. So I like that story just because whenever you think you can't do something in life, whenever something seems like it's like impossible or, you know, just tune out the reason brain, be a little stupider, you know what I'm saying? And just go hard. Just do what you got to do, you know? So, yeah, man, that's always been one of my favorite stories of just perseverance and getting after it, you know, be the go-getter, you know what I'm saying? Even if you know, don't quite succeed, just go as hard as you can and prove to yourself that you can do anything, you know? And that's how I look back at my military career is like, man, I got life good back here these days. And some days I think about it where I'm like, holy shit, I'm still so happy to be home because that was hell. Anyways, that's it for me today, guys. Happy 4th. Hoo-hoo.
A good old head tilt chin lift.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
It's the weirdest feeling ever.
Yeah.
It's like an
Grab his
alien.
nose and pull it back.
Oh, like that? Huh?
Yeah, pig nose it and then grab right down here.
Just do it.
Maybe and you want to go 90 degrees to his face.
Like that?
Yeah.
Send it.
I just send it.
Faster, send it. Faster. Swallow.
Breathe. You gotta breathe.
You just gotta send it.
What the fuck? I thought it was in! Dude, come on! Just send it, Williamson. You just gotta do it.
You gotta push it through.
Just push it through. It's gonna suck.
Breathe.
There you
Yeah.
go. Keep going. Keep going.
Hell yeah, keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
Breathe.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
There you go.
Oh shit! You can see it on the Motherfucker! I was gagging on it. Homeboy puts it on my knee.